And I want to welcome you to today's seminar, Building a Brand That Sells. I'm president of Breakthrough Marketing Pros, in which we help businesses launch new products, new businesses, create those brands, and turn around their existing businesses so they can continue to grow. One of the most popular questions we get is, how can we stand out and compete without spending a ton of money? We're going to walk through that process right here, right now, so that you have a better understanding of just how to do this. This works with B2B, B2C, it doesn't matter. We can work through this process, and we got some excellent examples that we'll show you to help illustrate how you can do this too. So I would ask you, do we need another chiropractor, another dentist, another lawyer, another insurance agent? Do we even need another underwear or apparel company? Probably not. But if we have something that's going to differentiate that brand, make it stand out, then we can make an argument that that company can exist. Let me introduce you to Buck Naked. Buck Naked, great brand created by Duluth Trading Company. And it's fun, it's quirky, it gets your attention. Over the years, they've been able to develop this brand and talk about the fact that we just had pants in the past that were durable enough for gandy dancing, but as flexible as an iron track. Yeah, they were durable, not comfortable. Ballroom jeans, here we could do a lot more with it. We could climb towers, we could move easily, and then now we have the Flex Fire Hose pants. We're going to talk more about that. It's just a terrific example of how they built this brand. It's fun. Uh, they're obviously targeting men here who want to get out and do stuff, work. Uh, and they have a fun time doing it that gets your attention in a unique way. They've even turned it into an art form. Heaven sent underwear so good, it's a work of art. To understand more about Duluth Trading, we need to understand how they got started. And it was really built for guys out in the field, construction workers, dockhands, cycle riders, old hippies, hard as nail characters. And it started specifically with the bucket boss. So you may have seen guys who are hauling tools around in 5-gallon buckets. I know I do that all the time, but now I have a canvas bag that wraps around it to hold all those tools with it. It makes it easy to carry them. They developed that. Two brothers started the company with the bucket boss, and over the years you can see the development here, but now we have underwear that they are creating, and very successful company. But we have to flash back to late 2007 because it wasn't always great. At 2007, the company was struggling, and they had built their business over the years by sending out catalogs to men to promote their products. And after a while, they noticed that they were losing some market share here, sales were decreasing, and they were in trouble. So they found there was 4 major shortcomings. They realized that that they had aggregated their products into these catalogs. Each year they had to come up with a new catalog. So they had to add new products, and they were getting away from branding. They were not focusing anymore on their star products. They were just trying to get the newest products out there. Product printing did not relate back to their brand image that they wanted to get across. And they realized that they needed to transform their business from a catalog company and create something new. So they brought in a professor from UC Berkeley to work with them, and they had to make some strategic shifts. But while they were doing this, there was a question. Why are we meeting on the future when the company is in survival mode? So the process I'm going to walk you through, it works for B2B, it works for B2C. It's based on my experience working with companies. Over 25 years, we've developed this process. It's also based on research, scholarly journals, research by academia that has been proven to work. Over the course of my career, I've launched over 100 different products and services. It's fun. but there is a process for how to do it. And Duluth Trading gives us a terrific example of just how they did it. First, they needed to understand who were their active best customers, and they let them show the way to profitability. Then, based on those active best customers, they identified their purchase behavior, their needs, their wants, and developed the products to fit them. And then they realized that Duluth was a work apparel product brand. There's a lot of different things that they could have done. Remember, they were started as a tool kit for construction workers, but they realized that where their core products lay and where they're most effective, most profitable, was in the work apparel. They then launched, after they went through this process, they then launched their commercial, Super Bowl commercial ad that looks something like this.
Average work pants versus a giant angry beaver. Duluth Trading fire hose work pants versus a giant angry beaver. Duluth Trading fire hose work pants. Tougher than an angry beaver's teeth. Get a pair. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
That ad was very powerful and launched the company. Notice how they focus on a specific target market. And that's what I want to encourage you to do here. What we always need to do is start with the question who. Who is the ideal target market you're trying to appeal to? Not trying to appeal to everyone. If I were to say Ford, what immediately comes to mind? For most people, it's built Ford tough. They're building their product for guys who want to haul stuff. Moms, if you want to take your kids to soccer practice, don't drive our Ford truck. It's not what it's built for. It's built for guys who want to haul stuff. And that's where they're targeting their marketing, their dollars, and every company has a limited amount of resources to spend. So where are you going to spend those resources where you're going to get the best return on your investment? And that's why I would say you need to start with who. Who is your target market? It is much easier to sell to people who already want and need your product than to try to convince them that they need and want your product. That gets expensive. So I would ask you, who is your best market? Who are your best customers? That can be in terms of revenue, profitability, frequency of sales, and that may have changed. So you may want to look at just in the last 5 years or last several years as to who are your most profitable best customers. That may be different from what it was just 5, 7, 8 years ago. We're a different economy than we were then. So those folks can help lead the path towards profitability for you so you can find more people just like them. So take a moment, jot down who are your ideal target market. Who is your best customers that you would like to appeal to? Look at their income. Where do they live? And when looking at these things, be specific. It could be specific zip codes. It could be for businesses, specific areas, specific industries. The income of the people you're trying to reach. Obviously, that's going to play a factor into how much they can afford to spend. Are you appealing to males, females? And you want to be careful about this. 80% of all purchase decisions in households are made by women, not men. Men, yes, have an influence, have something to say in that, but at the end of the day, 80% of those decisions are being made by women. What about their aspirations? What are they trying to appeal to? People are not buying your product and service for what it can do for them now. They're buying it for what it can do for them in the future, how it can make their life better. What's their role in that purchase decision process? Where do they go for information? What are they listening to on radio? What are they watching on TV? Are they going to YouTube? Or are they on Instagram and Pinterest because their parents are on Facebook? Where are they going for their information so you can get in front of them? For Duluth, specifically for their work pants, they're targeting gritty Midwestern men from Michigan, Indiana, Wisconsin, Minnesota, places like that. Those are the places they're really focused on. That's where they're building their stores now, for a very good reason. They're not trying to appeal to people in Florida or San Francisco or New York City. That's not their market. They're going after guys who want common sense pants, and they're willing to pay a little bit more for them. These are guys who work outdoors. They need durable, comfortable pants, lots of pockets, all that reflect the modern, self-reliant American style. And that comes through in their marketing. They are the construction worker in us all. Interesting. Only 12% of their customers are in the trades. So that means that 88% of them are not in the trades. They're working someplace else, but they may aspire to do some construction work around the house, landscaping, get outside, whether it's hot or cold. The average age is 40 to 65, and they have household incomes of $75,000. That is their target market. And these pants are a little more expensive than others, as much as $44 to $69. Their underwear they're selling is $19, a little more expensive, so people need to be able to afford it. So who is your ideal target market? Once you've identified that, then we go on to the next question. What problem or pain is your target market experiencing? What solutions can you offer? And how will your target market benefit from your solutions? This is a company we work with in Texas. It is a running store, and it's focused specifically on women. Now, there was a question whether we should expand that to men, and we kept coming back to the idea, no, we need to focus just on women because women have unique wants and needs when it comes to running, for apparel. The shoes, we can talk more about helping with hip problems, knee problems. For women, bra fittings are important. The apparel that they're wearing is important to them. So for men, some of these things don't matter at all. For some, they do, and you can make an argument that maybe we should appeal to men as well. But everything this company is built on, the brand that they really wanted to be known for, was for women. So they have exercise classes for women, where women get out, do a run, and they finish it off with a glass of wine, where at a patio bar. They have fun. It's more of a social thing than it is a competition thing that maybe men would be interested in. The fact that they focus just on women helped them grow their business. Every problem, every service is designed to solve some type of problem for customers. So if you think about coffee, there's a variety of reasons why people buy coffee. Want to wake up in the morning, it's cold out, need to warm up, they need something on the go that they can drink with them in the car. They need something fast, convenient. So there are different products for each of those problems, and each is designed for a different segment, different target market. So for example, Starbucks now has this double shot energy for people who want energy quick and don't mind getting it in a can. You have the Keurig coffee machine for people who want something fast, quick, easy. They may have a lot of people in their household, each who has different tastes. The Keurig is perfect for that, so you don't have to make a cup or a large pot, but you have different cups specifically for different tastes. And then coffee on a nice cold day to warm you up and get you going. Each is designed to solve a different problem. Each offers a different solution. Each is designed for a different target market segment. So once we've identified who our target market is, then we can talk about, well, what's the pain they're experiencing, the solution, and the benefit. Most people, when they're talking to customers, they're talking about, well, we offer features, advantages, and giving details about each. All the while the customer is saying, so what? What does this have to do with me? So the solutions are really targeting the features and advantages that you have to offer. But that's not enough. The features are the physical characteristics that a product or service has to offer. The advantage is how it can be used. The benefit is where you really bring it home for the customer to answer the question, what does this have to do with me? Well, it can help you save money, it'll help you make money, help you save time, make you feel good, make you look good. These are the things that most products and services can do for customers. So a ring, a diamond ring, made me look good for my future wife. A bag of coffee, get me up in the morning, get me going, fresh cup of coffee I can have on my way to work. Shopping for a new car, save me money. If you can do it in one place, save me time. This is a great example with Purple Mattress. So new company growing exponentially every year, and they do a terrific job talking about the fab, the features, advantages, and benefits, and establishing the problem. Mattress technology hasn't changed for over 40 years. So what they did is they designed a mattress, and in this example here, they have a plate glass uh, that has eggs attached to it. So when it drops, it is cushioned by the mattress. The eggs don't break. Comfortable, firm mattress, all illustrated in very unique videos. Check them out. They do a terrific job. So rather than just repurpose memory foam, what they did is they have 30 patents. They have the Purple Smart Comfort Grid, whatever that is, we don't know, but those are the features. The advantage is that it creates a breakthrough innovation, some call it game changing, then they link it to the benefits. We just love helping people sleep and feel better. About cranberry juice cocktail. They do a terrific job in their quirky ads, but they're effective because they talk about the features, advantages, and benefits. So the features: cleanse and purify your body, help strengthen your immune system. So the features are the powerful nutrients. Give me the advantages are the cleanse and purify your body, help strengthen your immune system. The benefit: tastes good, good for you. Very simple, and that's what I encourage you to do as you're going through this. Try to simplify your message in just a few sentences that's going to make a difference for everybody else and help you stand out. This was a fun one. This is a kitchen and bath remodeling company in Long Island. And what we did is we spent a lot of time talking about what makes them different. And we put it together in a short video for others to see.
Hello, I'm a Selective Sculptures client. And I'm a frantic person trying to renovate my kitchen. What do you have in your hands? These are the business cards I collected from all the remodeling contractors. I also have samples from the tile stores. These are from the countertop stores. Oh, and I have these from the cabinet stores. You know there's an easier way to renovate your kitchen, right? You mean I don't have to run around meeting with contractors and salespeople at all these different stores? Nope. Just go to Selective Sculptures. I can choose from tile, cabinets, countertops, fixtures, all in one place. I can even design everything myself, right there. Wow, that sounds easy. It is.
This was a very effective ad, very inexpensive to make, and we were able to use it in a variety of different places. YouTube, on their website, in social media, all coming back to this unique proposition that this company has over its competitors. And very simple message, but effective. Speaking of simple and effective messages, here's the fire hose pants from Duluth Trading Company. And they do a fantastic job of showing how their pants are different. They talk about the same durable 100% cotton canvas used to weave fire hoses. So they take the same material that is used for fire departments and their hoses. They turn that fabric into a supremely tough pair of work pants. Doesn't sound too comfortable, and they washed it for extreme softness, protecting tradesmen's hides from all manners of hazards ever since. And then on the right here, you see angry hot Copperhead going after a guy with the pants on, and the Copperhead wasn't able to bite through the pants because they were so tough. Great testimonial that they were to add to it, showing and illustrating the benefits for the prospect. So, encourage you to take a look at, now you have your target market. What is the pain, the problems that they're experiencing, the solution you can offer, and the benefits then your customers will get from your solution. This is critical. It is much easier to sell to somebody who already has wants and needs than it is to try to convince them that they have those wants or needs. So once you can do this, then you can position your product, your service, so it stands out for everyone in that market. Next, we want to go on to where then are you going to grab the attention of your prospects. So, interesting enough, good old-fashioned mail works, and you usually only need a 1% response rate to do that. It is a great way to grab the attention of a specific target market. And before you discount this, what you need to do is consider the fact that you can purchase lists for a very segmented group, a very small audience to test it. You can also do this on Facebook. You can do it in Google Ads, where you can target your market. That's the beauty of all this. So whether it's direct mail or something else, what I encourage you to do is think about how then you can target your market, whether it's online or in good old-fashioned traditional mail. Now, when we're talking about direct mail, there's a variety of ways to get people's attention. This is one that is fun. It's a message in a bottle. Imagine getting this in the mail. Think you'll open it? Absolutely. This is one where we sent a bank bag to people, and with a slogan on the front, here's an offer you can put right into the bank. Think you'll open that? And then here's one that's always a fun one, a trash can. It's small, it's about 5 inches tall by 3 inches wide, where we stuff a letter inside and say something to the effect of, we may have sent you some other offers in the mail, you may have thrown them away, we did it for you this time, but this is why you shouldn't. And then we go on to explain the benefits of the offer. This is another one that we did, a very targeted market for folks who are struggling with debt and getting out of debt, and we had a 13% response rate. Usually a typical response rate for direct mail is about 1%. This one was 13%. Very, very effective. This is another one where we did the bank bag mailer, had a postcard that went with it, and this is for property managers. One of the biggest challenges property managers have is taking care of everything and constantly responding to tenants' concerns. He was able to develop a process where he just manages it for about 60 minutes a day, and then talks to other property managers about how they can do that. This ad did about $500,000 in sales. Small investment, big return. This is another example where David Garofalo, he is the largest cigar retailer in the country, and with all the cigar retail shops that were starting to emerge, he thought it would be a good idea to get into the consulting business, consulting with other cigar shops. So he went to a convention, and we got the list of all the attendees, and then offered them a quick consultation with them so that he could provide some guidance for how they can set up their cigar shop, and help them jumpstart his consulting business. This was another fun one here. Most people don't think about pallets, but it is. If we don't have pallets, nothing moves in this country. And this was a company that was getting ready to exhibit at a convention where Costco, Walmart, big retailers are going to be there. And what they did is first we started talking to our best customers. And what we found out as we were talking with them is that how many times this company saved the day, because pallets are not a priority. The, what happens at a company is that all of a sudden they're out of pallets, and there are stories of factories, manufacturers just had to shut down because they didn't have any pallets to put their product on. So they were able to get the pallets out to them the next day as fast as they could. And there were so many stories of how this company saved the day for them. So they're literally heroes. So we had fun with this one. This was the backdrop for the conference where we had Pallet Hero to the rescue, next day scheduling, and here we have the woman saying, "Thanks to Zap, you saved the day." What's Zap? The Zero Anguish Pallet Plus. So we came to find out that the problem is that nobody really is managing these pallets. It's not a priority. The warehouse manager has other things to do. So we offer to manage it for them. So they don't have the hassles. They don't have to worry about the pallets ending up in the landfills, which does not look good. And the costs are all up front. So this was a fun one. It did very, very well for the company at the convention. Got everybody's attention. This is another one that gets everybody's attention. This is a flooring company, and what we decided to do was offer a contest using social media. So what happens is we have this contest that who has the ugliest floor, and they will win a $3,000 flooring in their home. And what we encourage people to do was submit photos on social media and Facebook with their ugly floors. And then what happened is people voted on them. What this encouraged people to do was put out their ugly floor as part of this contest for Butler Floors. And what they were in effect doing was advertising to all their friends on social media. We also had, it was $5 to enter. So what we did is for the $5 entry fee, the Butler Floor did not collect that money. Instead, it was donated to a favorite charity. So people are supporting their charity. Now the charities are getting involved because they would like to get more charitable donations. So they are sending it out to their list. And this was hugely popular. Got a lot of traction, a lot of people voting. You see one person has 119 votes, 38 votes, 42. These are all people who are getting these messages about Butler Floors and their ugly floor contest. A lot of fun with it. These are billboard ads we did, direct mail, but where it really got its leverage was through Facebook. This is back to our Get Fit store in Texas. They are experts in the area. So what they did is they would go on the Saturday morning news show and talk about specific types of fittings, in this case shoes, for women, and talking about the unique needs of women. So if women are looking to shop for shoes, where are they going to go? They're going to go to the experts. You can use all these pieces that I'm giving you in a variety of different places, especially on social media. We have a lot more channels to work with, but you can repurpose those in Facebook, on YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, and to reach those people that you're trying to serve. Duluth Trading, they're doing billboard ads. They're doing their catalogs. They're now setting up stores around the country. They're doing social media, all driving traffic back to their website. 86% of all of their sales comes through on their website. So yes, they may be putting things out like billboards, like the catalog, but most of the people are going to the website. They're driving traffic to the website for people to make purchases. And that's important, is to understand how people are going to use that and where they're going to go next to make that purchase. So, where are you going to grab the attention of your prospects? Where are they spending most of their time? How can you get in front of them? Next, and this is a biggie, why? Why will someone do business with you compared to somebody else? This gives you a unique opportunity. Here's one. This is one of my favorites. This is Harold's Diner down in Hilton Head, and people have a lot of fun here. It's a small hole-in-the-wall diner. It doesn't look like much from the outside, but when you walk in, you see the personality come through. They have a lot of fun with it. On the sign when you come in, it's cash only. Don't bring your debit card, your credit card. It's cash. That's it. It's crowded. You gotta find a seat. They have a menu that they give you. You gotta put your name on it, and you gotta follow these directions, or they're going to call you out. They don't have much patience for it, but that's why you're going there. It has a personality. Eat, hunker down, no sissies allowed. Then pay. Your bill is ready. Better have cash, or it's gonna be pretty embarrassing. Uh, and I love this. You're done. Leave. This ain't Starbucks. uh, are some people offended by that? Sure, but more people love it. They have a lot of fun with it, and it keeps people coming back. Always be listening. They're in a hurry. They're in a rush. Um, and asking for help if needed. And I love this last one. If something goes wrong, it's your own damn fault. A customer is never right. But it has a personality that comes through, and that's why people are going. Everybody knows Harold's Diner in Hilton Head for all these things, and they have fun with it. This is another one. This is a coffee shop, Jolson Juice, out in Idaho and Oregon. It is an eclectic place. You see straight ahead, there's a bitter franchise phase. That's, bitter coffee. They really pride themselves on developing great coffee, but they also pride themselves on the atmosphere. As you can see, this is unique. You got a bicycle up in the ceiling. You got a stoplight there. The stoplight is great. Uh, the green light is for the restroom. That's saying that the restroom is open. Red light means it's occupied. Yellow light means you may want to give it a little bit of time before you visit there. So they have a lot of fun with it. You see the ski patrol doors there that they got. It's each one is very different. But beyond that, what's their story? How are they different in terms of the product? Well, we worked through that with them, and we talked about their story. They're selling batches of 20 pounds or less. Is when they are roasting the coffee, 20 pounds or less, not huge drums. Uh, they don't use hot air. We don't roast our beans in batches of hundreds of pounds like some mega coffee companies. It's more work for us, but it's worth it. They're talking to you here about how they're different, how they stand out, and it comes down to how they roast their coffee. So, what does that mean to you? Our small batches provide a better roast flavor for you every time. Their coffee's 100% Arabica beans, and what's interesting is where they're located gives them a competitive advantage. They're at 2,150 feet above sea level, high desert plains of eastern Oregon, so you get a fresh, premium cup flavor in every cup. And their charm comes through, their quirky personality. Only thing better is good old air and water. It's a fun place to visit. Even better coffee. Will it blend? This is a unique one too. This is Tom Dixon. He was selling a few blenders each week. Not a lot. The blenders cost anywhere from $500 to $1,000. So it's expensive, and he was appealing to commercial as well as household users, and not getting a lot of sales. What's unique about the blender, the reason why it costs so much, is because it never needs sharpening. It can blend anything. So To prove it, what he did is he started blending just about anything and creating videos that got a lot of attention.
Will it blend? That is the question. I had a bad day on the links yesterday. These are bad balls. I had a tough time slicing, so I'm gonna slice some balls. Sliced golf balls. Sliced and diced golf balls.
They have a lot of fun with those. And that was created with a $50 video that they made. $50. That's all they spent on the video. Within days, they got millions of hits, millions of views, and sales catapulted. And it's a multi-million-dollar business as a result. So why will someone want to do business with you? I encourage you to keep your stories simple. And if you're struggling with this, oftentimes it's your personality of why you got into the business in the first place that makes you unique. Your story of how you got into it, your personality, you want that to come through. Your personality, your story, nobody has that. That's unique to you. And that could be enough to differentiate you from everyone else. Some questions to help you here. Why did you start your business? How is your personality reflected in how you do business with customers? And then how can you leverage that to help differentiate your brand? Obviously, Duluth Trading does a terrific job with this. It took them a while to get there. So don't get frustrated if you're not able to come up with this right away. It took them a while too. So the next thing is, after why you do business, is how are people going to do business with you? What are the steps involved here? We need to take a step back here because many of you probably have learned about the 4 P's: product, price, place, promotion. Those are dead. And that's based on the old theory of the goods dominant logic, where we're pushing products out, talking to them about price, where they can get it. Those days are gone because we're more in a service dominant logic culture now, where you're developing relationships with customers. And the idea here is that you really need to put yourself in the shoes of your customer and what they're experiencing and providing value throughout that process. Let me give you an example. Let's say we're shopping for a new floor. So you would probably begin with a Google search, get some ideas. You may even stop in a few stores just to look around, get some more ideas. But along this process, something interesting begins to happen. As you're starting to talk with the salespeople, the employees at these stores, you start learning more and start developing an idea of what you want to do next based on their expertise. There's a trust being built here between you and the seller. So for you, the key is how you're going to create value throughout that prospect's experience. And it's a circular flow. It continues on and on. Here's an example. This is a company that does collections, accounts receivables for medical offices. So these are small medical offices for doctors, can also be for chiropractors and dentists, but they focus mostly on doctors. And what we found is that most of these doctors' offices do not want to be in the collections business. They don't want to be following up with people. That's not why they got into the medical business in the first place. They got in there to help people, not serve as collections. So the company that provides this service, they are experts in that area. So what they're doing is they are teaching these medical offices how to do a better job with collections. So they're actually giving them some of their secrets. And what is happening is those medical offices then say, obviously you guys are the experts on this. This is too much for us to handle. We need you to do this for us. Or they can do it and on their own, and if they ever need them, they're there. But what they're doing is they're establishing themselves as the experts in the industry on this topic. So they do webinars. When you attend a webinar, you also get a ebook with a guide of how to do this on your own, as well as some forms to help them manage all this. And this has been huge for them. They're also now doing seminars in person where the office managers get continuing education credits from the associations based on their seminars. They're now on their third version of the book. They've been using this for years, but the idea here is that they can help them do it on their own if they need to. Great. Most can't. So what they're going to do is rely on this firm then to follow up with them to do more of the collections. And as a result, these firms are now getting better quality accounts receivables that aren't a mess and that they can manage it better for the client as a result too. So think about the steps then that your client needs to go through in order to do business with you. Obviously, in this case, they're not going to simply hand over all their accounts receivables. They're going to know, how do they do business? Is this a firm we can trust with our with our patients, and how they're handling the collections calls? That's sensitive. That's important information, and that's not something you want to just give to any company. So what they've done is establish themselves as trusted experts for these medical offices, and they've been able to grow their business as a result. This is another company we work with, a deck builder out in Colorado, and what we started doing was working with them to not sell the service right away, because usually people are looking more for ideas of what they could do with their deck. Think about it. When you go to a home and garden show, usually you're there looking for ideas. You're not quite sure what to do just yet. So they would take you to a binder and say, oh, here are some of the other projects we've worked on. And you start getting some ideas. This is that idea, but in a digital format. So what we would do is we send out postcards to specific targeted market, and this can also be used on Facebook, which we did, and Google ads, same idea. But what we offered was not a $250,000 deck, but an idea book to start the conversation. The customer is not going to be interested in immediately signing up. They're going to need more information. So great, we can do that. The idea book, we know that's what they're looking for, so we called it that, an idea book. It's basically a gallery of all their past projects with a little bit of story about each one, what they were able to do for the client. And now you're giving the information to the client based on what it is that they want or need. They want ideas. You start building a trust, a relationship with them. Again, back to this service dominant logic. How are you going to create value through the process as a customer is working through these challenges that they have before they make a purchase? Another fun one, we know that people are always interested in the projects. You got the neighbors who are out there, oh, I wonder what they're doing in the backyard. Oh, I wonder what that's going to look like. And so what we did is we started videotaping the projects, and then they could send that out to their neighbors, post it on Facebook. Everybody's interested in how things are progressing. So we were able to then use that as a marketing strategy to then promote it to their other neighbors. When it's done, we host a deck party. Invite neighbors, friends to see the new deck. We had the salespeople there from the company who were then able to give people a tour of the deck, some of the challenges that they had in the building of the deck, why they did things the way they did. And now you have neighbors who are marketing the company now you have the owners, the owners of this new deck marketing now to the neighbors. And this has been very, very effective. In fact, the company was recently featured on Megadex, the TV show. So how are customers going to do business with you? What's the first step that they're going to take? And then the next step, and the next step. The key is to have no dead ends. Always thinking about what they're going to do next, how they're, and what it is that they need in each step of that process so you can create value. It can get complicated. So this is a schematic that we did for a client, all the different steps, and the red is the dead ends, but we want to make sure that we are having them continue on to the next step. So don't worry. I'm going to break it down for you very simply. This is a mobile car detailing service to work with. And what we did is we worked through, well, what are the steps then that people can that need during this process, and we came up with a 12-point touch system that I think that applies to a lot of different companies. So the first thing is we schedule an appointment with a prospect. Then there's and because this is a small company, a lot of companies are small, try to automate as much as possible during this process. So they make the appointment, and then an automated confirmation message goes out. Then next, a automated message goes out as to what to expect in that process. What are the next steps that they can anticipate? Send them a reminder. That too is automated. Perform the service. Now, this is where most companies will stop, but we don't want to. We want to keep going. No dead ends. We want to then schedule the next appointment. When can we come back to and we want to schedule it right then and there. It's not, oh, give us a call next time you need us. Let's schedule the appointment. Take before and after pictures. For many, many businesses, you have something like the deck beforehand, and then what it looks like afterwards. For a car detailing company, they show the pictures of what that car looked like before and then after. So before and after stories are great illustrations of what you can do for others. Then they give that to the client. The client shares it on social media, puts it on Facebook. The company posted it on its Facebook page, on social media, Instagram, Pinterest, and encourages the client to like it. That then is sending it out to neighbors, friends. They push it out to their neighbors. It's word of mouth marketing. Leverage using social media. Send a survey. Short, sweet survey, scale of 1 to 10. Would you recommend us to a friend or family member? Take that data, and you can say that 96% of customers would recommend us to a friend or family member. Next, as you now have these customers, send them incentives. Keep them coming back. Coupons. Invite them to pass along to friends, family members. This is especially effective around the holidays. Stay engaged. Share your expertise. You are experts in this particular area. Share that with your customers because they do have an interest, and they can do some of this on their own. That's fine, but you are continuing to provide value to them. So we've gone through who is your target market. We determined the what, the pain, the problem, the solution that you can offer, where they're going to do business, why they would want to do business with you, how you're going to do business. So the next thing we need to look at then is in terms of how you're going to make all this happen. So I'll give you some more ideas here very quickly. So with Duluth Trading Company, they do the catalog. That's where they're driving. That's one of the main things that they're using. But they can then take pieces of that, put it in social media, put it on YouTube. But it's all driving traffic back to their website. And so people are making purchases at their website right here, so that then once people become a customer, then they're following up with additional catalogs, promotional offers. So how are you going to make all this happen? What are some things that you need? This is where I encourage you to jot down some of those ideas as to what you can do on your own, with the resources you have, what you may need to contract out, but keep it simple, keep it focused. This is important because you can get bogged down in a lot of things here, but keep it simple. This is another example of a company we worked with. So the float bank that's now being introduced, the idea is that you'll see at the bottom of it, there's no wheels. There's no motor that's churning either the wheels or the vacuum itself. It is a upright vacuum cleaner, but this device floats along the floor. What's neat about that is that more energy, more power then is used in the actual vacuum than in the running of it, the moving of it. So as we were talking with the engineers about this, we found that when we did some tests on this offers up to 37% more suction. That means less time cleaning, more time enjoying. There's the benefit. And the features, advantages, powerful ultralight technology, because that it doesn't need all these other equipment on the vacuum, because it's simply floating above the floor. The air from the vacuum is being pushed down underneath of it, and so it just rides across the floor and it's very easy to move around. So it's super light because you don't have all these other motors on it. So you literally hold it with one finger. You don't have to push and drag it around. It simply floats along with you. And what everybody cares about most, does it work? Does it vacuum? Yes. Suction power 37% more in most cases. And so it's perfect for deep cleaning and very, very efficient. This is another one that we did for a client. A lot of people concerned about retirement savings, whether they have enough, and if the stock market is doing well, thinking, well, should I put my money in the stock market? Should I try to pay down my debt? And what we were able to determine is that it's actually better for most people to pay down their debt, not put that money that they may have that they're thinking about putting into the market. Instead, pay down the debt, not put it in the stock market. Once they pay down the debt, then take the money that they were thinking of using and put it into the stock market, and they'll actually do better. So we're able to show this with some different examples. But in this scenario, let's say you had $500 a month that you're thinking about putting into the market. Well, if you take that same $500, pay down your debt first, and then put it in the stock market, then that person is going to end up with $460,000 compared to if you just put that money, put some of it in the stock market, but some of it pay down debt. Well, you're still going to have about $13,000 in debt and left with and only have $396,000 that you earned from the stock market. So you still have debt, you have less money earned in the stock market. Obviously better to pay down the debt first. Not true in every circumstance, but in most cases it is, and we're able to show that in this powerful illustration. This is one. This is a conference that's been around for over 40 years, and started working with them on how we can develop new branding, increase attendance. And what we were learning by talking with some of our best customers is that the credit union industry is consolidating. So like community banks, credit unions are also consolidating, a lot of mergers, a lot of acquisitions. But there's credit unions are having to become much, much more sophisticated in how they operate. So this is a conference that traditionally went to CEOs and directors, the volunteer board of directors who needed training to help them. So every year I host this conference, and people will come to learn more about some of the hot topics within the industry. But what we're finding now is that there needs to be that same type of training for all the C-suite level leaders, like your chief of marketing, your chief of technology, chief of finance, chief of HR, chief of lending, chief of member business line, all these different areas. So what we've done is we've now expanded it to include all those people, but we had to create very specific marketing messages to those marketing managers, to those lending officers. So what we did is we also created specific brochures, marketing strategies for each one of those titles. So they have different needs, different wants. So we had to create a different marketing strategy for each one of them. So we created a breakout track. We call it a summit for the chief financial officers. We created a summit for the marketing officers, all wrapped in within this convention that we're hosting. But there are specific target segments that need to be served, and what we did is we created specific products for each one. It has worked. Our registration is up 31% after staying pretty stagnant for a number of years. Now it is growing again because we have very specific marketing messages for specific marketing for specific audiences. So using the one-page breakthrough brand builder that I just walked you through, you really can differentiate your business from your customers. You can focus on attracting your best and most profitable customers and serving them. You can create a brand that is going to be top of mind by focusing on the things that differentiate you, make you stand out from everybody else. And as a result, you're going to turn your best customers into raving fans who love you and will continue to talk about you long afterwards. So I hope that was helpful for you. If you need want more information, feel free to check out our website. I encourage you to do it. Thank you for taking the time. I'm Dennis Sullivan, and I look forward to hearing from you.